Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, it is a great pleasure today to welcome you all at this event, at the fourth edition of the Future Talks. This conversation on circularity is the closing event of a week-long set of 15 events dedicated to sustainable development goals and the implementation of the Agenda 2030 in Bosnia and Herzegovina. This was a week of versatile and different events that actually had two purposes: to show that this is not an abstract conversation. The sustainable development is actually about very practical changes that every individual, community, team can implement. And the SDGs are also targeted not only at governments, but also at the private sector, at the community, at the civil societies. This is a universal agenda. The second purpose is to encourage us to look forward and to set more ambitious targets and purposes for the period ahead of us, also drawing on the successes that have been achieved so far. So I hope that today this Future Talks would be an impetus to look into the future on what the economy should look like, so that we are working and operating within the boundaries of the planet. Because what we have right now are economic pathways that are using much more of the natural resources than the planet can support. Also, the waste and the technological processes applied in the economies are adding to the pressures on the planetary boundaries and accelerating the effect of the climate change. So the impetus to transition to economic pathways that take less primary resources and use much more upcycled, recycled material, reusable material, but also that are cleaner in terms of production and are reducing to the extent possible the waste, is our ambition for the future. We at UNDP are contextualizing this, definitely anchoring it with sustainability. And it's something that we are very passionate about. Why we are doing it here in Bosnia and Herzegovina, along with other countries in the world, is that we believe that such models are not only for countries with a high level of development. Experience from the network of UNDP offices around the world shows that this can thrive in countries that are at different stages of their own development and have different economic profiles. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we have supported several companies in Bosnia and Herzegovina to apply such changes into their production as well as the business cases. And we're very happy to see that even with small changes, with the small financial support, there were quite significant results. In some cases, there were more than 80 tons of organic waste that were turned into new product every year. And in this support also enabled purification of some 200,000 liters of water from industrial processes per year. It is also important to do this in Bosnia and Herzegovina because the country is in the heart of Europe. It is neighboring the European Union, and it has a perspective of coming closer to the EU. And the European Union is a global leader in circular transition. This is why it is important to start sooner rather than later and embrace the changes, learn from the best, and try to move at a scale and accelerated pace. Into 2021, we supported the authorities to already map what would be a first roadmap for circular economy in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And we're very happy that this document is complete. And it will serve as a strong foundation for now thinking about implementation and identifying concrete pathways and the resources that are necessary to get this done. The vision of the circular economy roadmap is a brave one. It states that by 2030, the principles of circular economy will actively support a just transition to a low carbon, resilient, and competitive economy of Bosnia and Herzegovina, to which industries and users will successfully contribute by extracting more value from resources, minimizing resource consumption, and planning to eliminate waste and pollution from products and services, while reducing the negative impact of the environment. So to achieve this ambitious vision, a comprehensive list of objectives and measures is defined by the national partners. For each one of them, a list of economic, social, and environmental benefits is outlined to show how the transition is indeed an effort that will generate concrete positive results. This roadmap also defines the economic sectors to be prioritized in the transition process. These are the three: manufacturing sector, looking at apparel and shoe production, wood processing, and metal processing. The second is the construction sector, including construction management, maintenance, and repurposing of buildings. And the third is the agri-food sector. These form the basis of the country's economy, and through measures defined in the Circular Economy Roadmap for Bosnia and Herzegovina, can become fully circular if the society as a whole embraces this transition, including the consumers and the producers. We at UNDP are fully committed to the principles of sustainable development. We want to build on our cooperation partnership with institutions that are engaged in these processes. And we want to work more, and we want to work at a greater scale to support these changes, convene wide networks with a renewed approach that also rests on the notion of understanding systems, understanding transformation, and understanding strategic innovation that goes beyond one sector only towards achieving such change at scale. Today, we are in this beautiful space, as well as in the virtual space, to hear from visionaries who touch upon the very essence of such complex systems we live in and that we have the ambition to change. But we will also hear from business champions who have dared to think and work differently. I hope this event today will serve as a discussion opener and an initiator for a process of transition. I invite you all to make the best of the future talks. Thank you.